Hey, peace, and assalamu alaikum, everybody. So, I am truly looking a hot mess, and with good cause. So, I was supposed to only be running out the house to drop my daughter to work by 12 o'clock. But then, on the way there, I realized today is Wednesday. I got the day off, and that means that it's the 50% off day at the local thrift stores. There's actually a thrift store chain that I used to go to all the time when I used to be really actively selling online, and they have 50% off on Wednesdays, and then the Goodwill got hip to it because Salvation Army got hip to it because I'm sure they were losing a lot of money. So anyway, this is ridiculous. I just want to say I lay blame to Bookstagram and the Black Women's Reading Group that I'm on Facebook. Y'all are enablers. You guys should not be allowed to be friends or associates with people like me who have a problem with books. So I went, and let me just say, first I got two of these. I think this is about maybe 2 feet tall. And I got two of these to go in my dining room. So I was good. I could have just gone because they're normally $4.99. So I got both of them for $5, right? Really like $4.98. But then I went into the book section. So let me show you. Let me start by saying I do not need more books. I have so many books. They're like stacked on my floor in my library right now because the two bookshelves I have, one are not sufficient and two are about to come down because we are going to build a floor to ceiling bookshelf for all my books. So I truly don't need to be buying more books. And I hit Ollie's the other day. I only got a few books though. But if you can hear me going in. So let me tell you, all the hardcover books are normally 99 cents. So today they are half price. And then all the soft color books are normally 49 cents. And today they're half price. So I got all these books that I'm going to show you for $6. So first I got this. And a lot of these are old books. And I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm really nostalgic for old things. And yeah, it was first copywritten in 1959. Wow. And then 1983. So this is called Death in Zanzibar. Ooh. A masterpiece of mystery and romance by the author of The Far Pavilions and Trade Wind. Okay. Whatever that is. Then I got Bill Cosby, Time Flies. I like Cosby books because I want to write a memoir, I guess memoirs, and also I plan to write a book about my mother who passed away when I was 14, but I'm the eldest of 7, so there are a lot of stories I have that they just are not privy to because they were so young when my mom passed away. The next child under me was like 8, I think. Yep, he was 8. And then the baby was like 2 or 4. So there are a lot of things that they're not privy to. And then since I'm sort of like the family genealogist, there's a lot of other information I found out. So I enjoy the way Bill Cosby writes his stories. So I pretty much try to study his writing style. So I got that. Let's see. I got this book. I don't know why I got it. I just got it because it was 50 cents. But my daughter actually already has this book, but I'll probably read it just because she read it before and sort of like a bonding experience. I just read my mango shaped space because she read it and wanted me to read it. So this is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Another hardcover book, Counting Raindrops Through a Stained Glass Window I don't really know what it's about, but I like the sound of it. Yes, I judge the book by its cover. Sue me. Let's see. My man's Billy Crystal. I love biographies and autobiographies. I love learning about people. So, and this is called Still Fooling Them. When did he do this book? I like Billy Crystal. He has always had a really warm place in my heart. I think because when I first learned of him, I was a little girl, and he was on this sitcom called Soap. Y'all remember that? Age yourself with me. That's right. He did this in 2013. And so I don't know, it was just always something about him that I dug, even as a little girl. And plus, he's quite handsome, I think. So I got that. So yeah, I guess it reminds me of my mother, and my auntie who was like my surrogate mom. Then this is a novel titled "And the Mountains Echoed" by Khalid Hosseini. That's a nice looking book. This is the guy who wrote The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns. That's pretty good for 50 cents, right? These books, these next two books, I only got this book because Jackie Collins' books remind me of my Aunt Elna. My auntie has so many books, and they were a lot of, I guess, biographies and stuff like this. She was a big Joan Collins fan, you know, from Dynasty and all that. And so she has some Jackie Collins books and stuff like that. So I just simply got it because it reminds me of my auntie. And she passed away some years ago, so I really miss her. I'm a very nostalgic type of chick. So yeah, I got this. And also, it just, I don't know. It reminds me of books like that and this. Danielle Steele. This is called Sisters. This is titled Sisters. These remind me of the older women who, you know, I was around when I was younger, or even now working around elders. I see them read a lot of these sorts of books. And it just reminds me of that. I don't know. It just, and of course, when I was young, the older people were like in their 30s. They seemed like they were about 50 something to me back then. But that's really why I bought those. These next three books I basically got because they were black authors. Because I'm not very into urban fiction. This is titled Caught in the Mix by Candace Dow. I don't know who that is. This girl looks like Aaliyah to me. I'm not very into urban fiction because, don't kill me, y'all, but I just feel like they talk about the same thing, just like a lot of like urban sitcoms or movies or what have you. They're not very creative to me, so I'm like, But I got that, and I will read it, inshallah, if I ever get to. I have so many books to get through. So yeah, I got that. I got this by Terry McMillan. I feel like I already have this book at home. I have not read it. This is called I Almost Forgot About You. Terry McMillan is another, y'all don't kill me, I've read maybe 2 or 3 of her books. 2 to 4 of her books over the years. Like in the 90s. I listened to a book of hers maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. I don't remember the name of it. It was, I think, the last in like the trilogy or what have you of the whole Waiting to Exhale series. And I listened to it. There were 4 actresses reading. I know it was Felicia Rashad and whoever and Terry McMillan. Terry McMillan, in my opinion, just like Toni Morrison, God rest her soul, they did not need to be reading their own books, honey, because they're horrible at reading, in my opinion. But anyway, but I just went on ahead and got it because, again, the darn book costs $1.25 and it's a black author, so I said, I'll just get it. And then The Color Purple. I love The Color Purple. I love the movie, of course. I've read the book in the past and I really, really dug it. If you love the movie, you have got to read the book, or you just ain't really down. I'm sorry. You need to read the book. I already have the book, but again, it was there. It was a quarter. I said maybe I'll be able to give somebody with it. I don't know. I got it. Then Maya Angelou. Wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. I've never read this book. I think I've heard of it, but I've never read it. So I got this. I didn't even yeah, and it'll probably be a quick read, so I might read it for my February reading list. I got this one called The King of Mulberry Street. I kind of skimmed the first page and I thought like, oh, this might be really good. But if I to be honest, another, nostalgia moment. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and there's a street there called Mulberry Street. And right now it's just like any other street. But when I was growing up, it was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 blocks of open air markets. And we used to go there when I was a little girl. My mom used to, and my stepdad, they used to go to the fish market and buy fish by the pound. And, we'd go home and my mom would like take off the head, take off the scales, fillet that bad boy, take out the spine and everything. And real good memories. So although I don't think this is about Mulberry Street in Newark, and plus my great grandparents, they lived down there when my mom was born and had a restaurant and everything. So just the whole Mulberry Street to me, yes, I am a romantic, truly. So I got this. Again, nothing to do with Newark, but whatever, I still got it. Under the Persimmon Tree. I have not read this book. I feel like, is there a show or something about this book? I don't even know, but I know I've heard of it. And so it was there. It was a quarter. Why the hell not? And I actually like the cover too. Pretty. But I'm going to read this. What is this about? Najma, a young Afghan girl whose name means star, suddenly finds herself alone when her family is taken from her by the war. Elaine, whose Islamic name is Musra, is also on her own. An American, she waits out the war in Peshawar, Pakistan, teaching refugee children while her Afghan husband runs a clinic. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to check that one out. And then hopefully last for the week, at least for the week, I have Gotham Tragic, a novel by Kurt Wenzel, author of Lit Life. Used to belong to someone named Kevin Sullivan. And let's see what this is. When was this copywritten? Let I see. 2004. Lit Life. What's this about? Kyle Clayton, who once wrote a novel that defined a generation, then parlayed that success into a decade of well-reported debauchery, returns in this widely praised tale of couplehood, of the collision between East and West, and of the high price of arrogance. Set largely in and around City, a Manhattan restaurant where power meets ambition in an atmosphere rich with, what? Libidinous? I'm going to look up that word. Libidinous promise, and where Kyle, of course, is a regular. Gotham Tragic is a laser-sharp send-up of the money and celebrity culture, and the next step forward for a writer whose gifts are as impressive as the Manhattan skyline. I clearly did not read that because it doesn't sound interesting to me, but I got it. Let's see. Maybe I'll read it or gift someone with it or resell it. We'll see. What do you think I should do? Did anybody read this book? If you've read this, let me know. Actually, I'm going to go on Goodreads too and see what they said. So anyway, that's a heck of a lot of books. I think there are nearly 20 books here, right? 3, 5, 7, about 14 to 15 books. Anywho, that's it. That's what I did with my time and my money that I could have bought some junk with to eat. But there you go. I'll let you know how they go if I ever get around to reading them.